98.1 CKDU. It's taken a little while to organize it because he's a very busy man. But they call him Mr. Matthews in some places.
Yes.
He's here.
What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing out there? I hope everybody...
How are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm chilling. I'm good. I'm good.
Now that you've had, like, before we go anywhere, I think a lot of people around here know that your album, Rap Music, just came out. If you want, cans it off right there. But you did a lot of press, right, leading up to it. And I heard, you know, you get asked the same questions a lot, like how it came to be and all this. How's it feel now that it's like a few weeks out and you've had a chance to see it kind of do what it's been doing and kind of start to get like its own life away from you a little? Like you've given birth and now it's kind of walking a little on it's walking on its own. How does it feel now that
it feels crazy? Like I didn't expect it to have the impact that it did, like, to be honest. Like,
really?
I don't know. Like, I feel like, I don't know. I booked the Carlton even for the release party, and like I did not expect it to be like. To me, I thought it would just be like a good time with like close couple personal friends, like 150 people. Like, we'll do our thing, and they were like turning people away.
Oh yeah,
and it's just like
early.
Yeah, it was just like I didn't expect it to be on that level. I did not expect to have Russell Simmons tweet my video or have Drake say my name in a press conference and all that stuff. Like, so it's just been crazy. Like, to me, it's all happening real fast. Yeah, it's just, I mean, I'm confident in my music and everything, and it's not like that I didn't work this hard my whole life to get to that, but it's just kind of crazy when you see it unfolding.
Have things changed for you since this come out? Like, I mean, some of this exposure you're getting, are you getting people in your ear saying, we want to take a longer look at you, or a more like a lucrative look at you, or anything like that? Is it?
I think the only thing that changed is the public perception. And like, my life is pretty much exactly the same.
Yeah.
And I think just the public perception has changed a lot, which I guess is what counts. Is, you know, whatever they think you're doing or perceive you as doing. I don't feel any different. I'm the same person any day of the week. So yeah. So I guess the only thing that's changed is, I guess, other people around me. But yeah.
I mean, you knew going into this that you had support of this city. To some degree, for sure. Like, at least to some degree. At least part of the city, too.
Yeah.
But I think that you've been surprised by, like, that show was packed.
Yeah.
Like, people came out for Quake in a way that maybe even Quake was surprised by? Is that true?
I don't know, because every release party we have done has been, like,
bigger,
crazy like that. Like, and we used to do the Seahorse. But I don't know. I don't want to blame it on the last album I did, but I feel like the last album I did was just, like, kind of like I was in a certain zone, and I didn't care what anyone else thought, and I made that album, and I didn't keep in consideration whatever anyone else is.
Right.
I just did me. I blacked out.
Right.
And it was just like a lot of people, I think, like, started to give up. I think after that, like, maybe that's what that's how I kind of felt like after Corrado. Like, certain people were like, I love it, and I knew the ones that did get it would be like, I love it, but certain people, I think I kind of lost them with it. And like, I seen a comment on YouTube the other day. It was like, what are you, a Christian rapper now? Like, you're preaching all this, like, and you know what I mean?
Interesting
like, but I saw some things that happened in my life before that album that were life changing and like really, really impactful, and that I wanted to speak out and just try to make the world a better place. Like, that was like my overall goal, rather than just like make music people can be like, I love this, oh, let's bang this in the club or whatever. And that was my goal, and those circumstances that happened, like, were just life-altering. Like, one of them being when we did the show in with the Nukem thing, like, him passing away before my eyes, like, and that was like, it kind of was like, man, life is precious. Like, I got to use my time here now to say some real shit. Right. And that's kind of what I was doing. But the people that wanted, you know, that's a zone you isolate yourself in.
You do.
But I wanted to do that because that's how I felt at the time, and I owed it, and I wanted to do it. I owed it to myself, and I didn't care if anyone liked it. I even remember I tweeted, like, before that album came out, I was like, I don't even care if you guys like this. Like, this is just something I did for myself. But now I feel like it's back to, like, I know, like, I'm like full circle now. Like, I came to grips with everything, and I know what I'm supposed to do now, and I think it just shows on this album. I'm
so impressed by you, the way you speak about it, because you just, like, to me, kind of hit a high water mark for you so far. Like, it's my favorite work, other than one song, which I think is called Last Supper, but that might always be my favorite Quake Matthews song. I don't know. I was a little addiction.
I don't know.
It's that flow.
I maybe should have put that on the album. I don't know.
But no, that just, anyway. But I feel like you're automatically like, I already want to be up here. Like, now the next thing. Is that hard for you to always have this feeling of like, have you been able to take some satisfaction from all this where you're like, stop for a minute and go,
yeah, definitely. But like, I don't know, sometimes I'll throw it on now and it's like, I'm already sick of it. I heard it for like 2 years.
I guess you heard it
and I'm just like,
longer,
it's just like, I want to do more. Like, I want to do more. But like, I don't know, I think it is overall like great body work. Like, friends of mine who like don't even like my music, like the last album, like one of my closest friends was like, the only song I play is the one with Rock Marciano. He's like, oh, it's your whole album. He's like, I don't even have it on my iPod. Like, to be honest, straight up. And like, he's like, this one, he's like, he picked me up when I went to Toronto, picked me up from the airport, and he's like, man, he's like, not a one bad song I skip. He's like, Angel is my least favorite song. He's like, and that's still a banger. And I was like, yeah, like. So I guess, I don't know. I think this one is the one. I worked harder on this one too, man. I put more years into this one. I do every year. This one it took 2 years.
Yeah.
And I had an album. It was going to be called Fine Wine. That was supposed to come out like 6 months ago. And I picked the album and everything. Like, I went down, picked the album, played it to myself, and I was just like, nah.
All right, I want to get into the album here because we only have so much time, and I want to play a track from it. And I want to tell you that this is going to go a little counter to what we talked about. I think a lot of these songs, you are really, I think on all of them you're very personal, but in a lot of them you're very like self-depreciating in a way, like not, there's a hip-hop swagger to your flow, of course, but it's not where you're saying you're so great. It's kind of like working through things and rising again, and there's a lot of that kind of feeling in a lot of them, and I think that's what I find really encouraging. Like, I walk a lot, and this is one of those like, yeah, I'm on my grind albums all the way through. But one of the songs that kind of sticks out to me, where it's like Swagger City to me, where it's like, yeah, I am not Mr. Humble, like, I'm better than you. Is You Ain't Me. And I want to start there because that song bangs to me and is different than the rest. Like, in a way, it's like the most chest out, like, Mr. Matthews, in your face. Talk to me a little bit about that.
I don't know. Like, I would say I keep it real. I'm a humble person in real life.
Definitely.
I'm not.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. Just that one sonically though.
But it's just like I do what I do. You know what I mean? Like, I give my life out there, and I'm not scared to give it to the people. And I'll admit my downfalls and admit my self-consciousness or whatever it is. But then, like, at the end of the day, like, you gotta realize, like, you're not better than me, so it's like I gotta remind them sometimes. Like,
I like that. I think it's I think rap needs it too. Like MCs that say, "Hey, I'm better."
People always like when I brag and stuff, and I don't even like to do that. And they'll be like, you gotta do more of this. Like,
it does, knowing you a bit, it's not you, like, you're a very, like, laid back and humble dude.
But I grew up on battle rap, and, like, when I was battling, it was like, there was no holds barred. Like, I'm the best. Like, you know, you go for the jugular vein, as my friend Tactician used to tell me.
I'll eat your face, I'll eat your the Mike Tyson in there? And
I
mean, kept the praise to Allah. I found that interesting too. Like,
and like, I think I more so did that is just because it fit into the chorus.
It fits.
It just not the quote, but it fit as in he stops talking, then the chorus comes in. It's like I was thinking about that. I was gonna cut it out, but it's like then it was this blank space of just beat. So I more so kept it like just on purely based on this is what he's saying, this is what he's ranting.
You didn't edit his quote.
No. That's why, and it kind of just fit. Like, we just plugged him in there, and it fit so perfectly. And it like he stopped talking, and then the hook came in. It was like, oh my God, this works.
It works to take a shot also at anyone that is like, hey, you a Christian rapper? You're like, you should listen closer. I got praise to Allah. I'm like, come on now.
But that's just his quote. What he was saying, his rant, and you know what I mean. Like, I'm not gonna edit Mike Tyson.
Bad idea. Chris Knox, again, shout out to him. That, like, he really, I think this is the one, this is the only one that he's the producer on, right?
No, he did Monster as well.
Oh, right. Chris Knox. Let's play it. Quake Matthews in the booth right here. Very proud to have him here. This, You Ain't Me. Everybody turn this up and, like, you know, take this into your heart, because, like, I look in the mirror and I like to rap along and be like, pretending people ain't me either. So this is for all you out there. Like, this is a personal anthem of Quakes, but also for everybody else. Everybody's
one of one at the end of the day. So.
Yeah, right. Turn it way up, especially in Fairview.
You ain't me, can't fit my shoes and can't rock.